Top 10 things to do in Oman in 2023. Oman is one of the countries that gets the least credit for what it does. There are crazy beaches, unique natural works of art called wadis, well-preserved historical sites, and so many water sports you won't know what to do with yourself. With all of Oman's wonderful things to do, you won't have time to get bored. This country is a desert, mountain, and beach paradise where you might even have the touristy spots to yourself. Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new video on Zabatravels. Today we're going to talk about the top 10 things to do in Oman in 2023. Before we get started with the video, don't forget to smash the like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. Now let's get started. Number 10. Nizwa Fort. During times of peace and conflict, different imams and walis used Nizwa Fort as their governing center. The fort is a great example of how much architecture changed and got better during the Yarubi time period. The Nizwa Fort is also important because it has the largest tower of any fort in Oman. There were also false doors, cannons, secret shafts, and narrow stairs in the tower that were used to stop enemy attacks. There are also a number of traps set up around the dark passageways in the fort to surprise enemy invaders. Today, these parts are on display for tourists, and the view from the turret of Nizwa is beautiful. Number 9. Royal Opera House. The Royal Opera House in Muscat is the most important place for music and culture in Oman. The Opera House is on Sultan Qaboos Street in the Shadi Al-Qurm neighborhood of Muscat. The Royal Opera House was built on the orders of Sultan Qaboos of Oman. It is a unique example of a modern Omani building and can hold up to 1,100 people. The Opera House has a concert theater, an auditorium, formal gardens, a culture market with shops and high-end restaurants, and an arts center for musical, theatrical, and operatic performances. Sultan Qaboos bin Said Al Said, who was in charge of Oman while the opera was being built, had always liked classical music and art. Number 8. Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque. The Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque must be mentioned when talking about things to do in Oman. The amazing building is in Muscat and is open to the public from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m. Sunday through Thursday. Most mosques close all or part of their rooms to people who aren't Muslims. So the Sultan Qaboos Grand Mosque is different because anyone can go inside during those times. This also includes the place where people pray. Remember that everyone who goes into a mosque needs to cover their arms and legs with loose clothes, and women also need to cover their heads. This beautiful building was built to hold 20,000 people, and it is very busy, especially during the high season for tourists. Number 7. Mutrah Souq. Many people go to Mutrah Corniche just to see the Souq, which has the chaos and interest of an old Arab market but is covered with a modern wood roof. Traditional cloth, hardware, and jewelry stores are mixed in with shops that sell Omani and Indian artifacts and a few antiques. You can expect a bargain, but savings are usually small. Most shops take cards, but if you want to get the best deals, bring cash. The main entrance is on the Corniche near the pedestrian lights. In the south, you can buy unique things like old wedding chests with brand new thumbtacks brought down from the Hajar Mountains, rope-wrapped muskets that were used in the Dhofar Wars of the 1970s, and an alleyway of shoes that go with a smart Omani dress. At the entrance to the south, there is a traditional coffee house that is a rare piece of the past and a place for older guys to meet up. Number 6. Wahiba Sands. Wahiba Sands, also called the Sharqiya Sands, are where Oman's Bedouins live and where fun sand sports and camping at night take place. Sharqiya Sands covers up to 10,000 square kilometers and is thought to be one of the most beautiful places to camp in Oman. Tourists can enjoy a real Arabian experience, which is rare these days because of how much the world has changed over the past few decades. At Sharqiya Sands, the most popular things to do are sand bashing and going on a camel safari. You can also visit the homes of Bedouin people and learn about their culture while sipping a cup of Omani coffee made by them. Desert trekking is another thing that tourists like to do. There are also a lot of fun adventures for kids like sandboarding and horse safaris. Number 5. Jabal Akhdar. A first-time tourist might think that Jabal Akhdar's name isn't quite right. First of all, Jabal Akhdar is not a mountain in and of itself. Instead, it is the name of an area that includes the large Souq Plateau, which is 2,000 meters above sea level. The second thing is that the mountain hides its fertility in a maze of wadis and slopes. There, the cool mountain air and more rain make it easy for fragrant damask roses, which bloom in March and give the area its famous rose water, prized pomegranates, apricots, and other fruits to grow in large quantities. From December to March, the temperature can drop to -5 degrees Celsius and hail is frequent. Number 4. Jabal Shams. In northeastern Oman, north of the town of Al Hamra, there is a mountain called Jabal Shams. It is called Jabal Shams because its high peak is the first place in Oman to see the sun rise. It is the country's highest mountain and the highest mountain in the Hajar group. The mountain is 240 kilometers, 150 miles from Muscat, and is a famous place to visit. In the summer, the temperature is around 20 degrees Celsius, 68 degrees Fahrenheit, but in the winter, it drops to less than 0 degrees Celsius, 32 degrees Fahrenheit. Al-Nakr Canyon, which is part of Jabal Shams, is known as the Grand Canyon of Arabia. Number 3. Wadi Ash Shab. One of the best things about Oman is the Wadi Ash Shab. The narrow tunnel has clear blue pools of water and a waterfall hidden inside a cave. When you compare it to the other wadis in the Sultanate, it stands out because it has a unique mix of fresh water from the tops of the mountains and salty water from the sea on its sides. Archaeologists have found circular fishermen's huts in this valley that date back to the 4th millennium BC. These huts had signs that showed how people fished back then. This valley stands out on the road along the coast that goes from Kurayat to Tui. It is a mix of beautiful coastal nature and mountain formations that hold many tourist sites. As for the rock structures in Wadi Shab, they are unlike any others in the world because water and other forms of erosion have shaped them into beautiful art scenes. Number 2. Ras Al Jinz Turtle Reserve. Ras Al Jinz Turtle Reserve is in Oman's Ash Sharqiya South Governorate. It is known all over the world as a place where rare green turtles come to lay their eggs. It is the only place where it is legal to watch sea turtles lay their eggs. The area has a center for teaching people about turtles and places to stay. One of the most popular things to do in Oman for ecotourism is to see turtles. 4 different kinds of turtles have important places to nest in the country. The Ras Al Jinz Turtle Reserve is probably the most important place for the threatened green turtle to nest in the Indian Ocean. There are luxury green tents and rooms with air conditioning to choose from. The 12 luxury tents can stand up to wind and rain and have been tried in areas hit by cyclones to make sure they are durable and safe. Number 1. Wadi Darbat in Salalah. Wadi Darbat is the most beautiful and amazing place in Salalah city. Mountain and nature lovers will love it. There are a lot of people there, especially in the fall. The Darbat Lake in the middle of Wadi Darbat is a great place to have a picnic. Visitors can take short boat rides or have grilled dinners near the shores. Wadi Darbat is known for being untouched and for having a thick cover of plants. The wadi also has a number of holes and a natural spring. The place is a great place for a family day out. People can ride boats on the lake and feed the fish. Also, it is easy to get a barbecue grill, and Wadi Darbat is the best place in the area to get a barbecue grill. There is a safe place just for kids, and there are several restaurants and huts where you can buy snacks like sweet corn, popcorn, and fruits. Please check my description for my recommended tours in Oman, but for now, that's a wrap on the video. I hope you liked it. If you did, let me know by giving it a thumbs up, and do not forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you next time.